and we're in for a rematch of Super Bowl IX. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Minnesota Vikings, and it comes your way next.
Now from downtown Minneapolis, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us inside beautiful U.S. Bank Stadium, the home of the Vikings. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson. Or should I say Dean Olson, because tight end U doesn't happen without you. And we've got a great matchup here. We've got two of the best at your position in the current game right now.
And Mike, when I came into the league, almost 20 years ago, there was a handful of really elite tight ends. But doesn't it just seem, especially over these last couple years, every single team, at least the ones that make their mark and find themselves in the playoffs competing for Super Bowls, have a legitimate number one threat at the tight end position. It almost feels like if you don't have a tight end, your offense is missing a key piece. I know I'm biased, but the tight end, we make no mistake about it. We think we are the most important position in football, and you're not going to convince me otherwise.
Now an opening past the 30. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Here's the Minnesota offense taking the field for the first time. They are led by the man who led Michigan to the national championship in 2023, quarterback J.J. McCarthy.
You hear people talk about it all the time, and it's especially true, Mike, for young rookie quarterbacks, is just the speed of the game. They had a lot of success in college. They were probably the best player on their team, but just everything is faster. Everything happens with a little more urgency. The quarterbacks at the young age that can make that transition the quickest, everything else then tends to slow down.
In motion, it's Jefferson. Opening carry of the game for Aaron Jones. And he'll be taken down right at the 35-yard line. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Again, it's Jones. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. Brings up 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for the 1st down with Jones. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You spend all week developing your opening script. What are you going to do when you get the ball for the first time, Mike? Well, I promise you, it wasn't go 3 and out and punt. But give credit to the defense. Nice job getting off the field here early. Get the ball back to your offense.
So on 4th down, out comes Ryan Wright to punt for Minnesota. Calvin Austin, deep for the Steelers. A fair catch taken, and they're going to start right at their own 20-yard line. The Steeler offense ready to take the field for the first time. They're led out by their veteran quarterback, Super Bowl winner, Russell Wilson.
Let's not forget, Mike, not too long ago, Russell Wilson was not only the face and one of the top superstars of the NFL, he was a bona fide Hall of Fame quarterback. So the talent and the resume, it's still there. He puts together one of those vintage performances we've seen throughout the years. This team's going to be hard to beat.
This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. Now a first carry for the Alabama product, Najee Harris. What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Another run here with Harris. And he'll be close to a 1st down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short. Here's Here's third down and a few inches. They'll try to run for it with Harris. He will have a Steelers first down as they move the chains on third down.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. They'll give it to Harris again. And it's a short pickup to about the 42. Linebacker Ivan Pace up to make that play. Here's a 2nd and 6. On the ground, this is Harris. And he'll take this up, working towards the first down mark. He gets 5, but is just a little short of the first down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Third and a yard. They run it over center with Harris. He will have a Steelers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert on 3rd and 1.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
He'll get that complete. It's George Pickens. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
Into the hands of Pickens once again. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he's going to be brought down at the 27, but that's enough. First down as they do it on the ground.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. He'll find his big target, Pat Fryermuth. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So we've come to the end of a fairly evenly played opening quarter. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. More from the Twin Cities in a moment. They've moved the ball well here, but now face 3rd and 2. Here's a give left side to Harris. He will have a Steelers first down. At least it appears that way. He got it maybe by the length of the football.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. There's a short one caught by Fryermuth. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
On 2nd down, a run with Harris. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
From back at the 13-yard line, it is 2nd and goal. A give, and here comes Harris.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Line of scrimmage, the 2-yard line. It's 3rd down and goal. From the gun, it's Wilson. It is brought in the end zone. Then Jefferson. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
Vikings, nothing.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Ty Chandler now to bring it back. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Vikings offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They'll be hoping to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7 0 our score as this drive begins with a 1st down. On play action, here's McCarthy. That's into the hands of Aaron Jones. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
That's caught by Jones out of the backfield.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Now a handoff. Jones. And the drive is still up. He's got the first down up to the 44.
And the Vikings first down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They'll go play action here with McCarthy. Got a man, that's Sherfield. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
The game is 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 50-yard line.
2nd down and 3. Play action now. It's McCarthy. He's going to run it. And McCarthy's going to get down and pick up the first down. Good, smart play with the slide by J.J. Back to throw. And that time, the pressure too much. He'll go down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Throwing on 2nd down is McCarthy. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. He was looking for T.J. Hawkinson on that one. And 3rd down coming up. This is Jones. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the first down. On 4th down, on comes the rookie, Will Reichert, to try this Viking field goal. This one from 49. Reichert's kick is good. And the Vikings are on the board just before halftime.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Reichert had the field goal a moment ago. He's back out now to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Cordero Patterson. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Steelers offense and running back Najee Harris getting set to take over once more. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Russ. This one grabbed by Austin. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. From the shotgun, Wilson. That's caught by Jefferson on the right side. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
Gain of 14.
And this is why most teams might decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle four. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeout, you can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break.
Pat Fryermuth, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up second down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's gotta be a gotta-have-it best play call.
He was looking for George Pickens there, and it's gonna be third down. Throwing again, Wilson. He'll let this go for Pickens. And he'll be taken down at the 10-yard line. Now Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their second, as that'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So not quite first and goal. It's first and 10. They're pretty close. Wilson lines up in the pistol. And he finds his tight end, Fryermuth. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. Here comes Chris Boswell to try a field goal. This about as short as you can get. Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers go out to a 10-3 lead.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming, and the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. Set to go now on first and 10. Looking to throw, McCarthy. And that is incomplete. One final chance, does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. These two teams leaving the tunnel, and we'll head out with them. It's time to send it back over to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. I like we're going to play a big role in who wins this one. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Steelers offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out front.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Russ. Now a screen set up for Harris. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They'll run. This is Jalen Warren. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
That's complete. Left side to Pickens. Second and 7. Now a toss, left side for Harris. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Cameron Bynum up from the secondary to make the play. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. On 3rd down, here's Wilson. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there.
You find yourself trailing coming out of the halftime break. Your defense is going to start on the field, and man, what a great way to get this half started. Keep this game within one possession, get the ball back to your offense, and see what they can do.
Here comes Chris Boswell to try a field goal. This is going to be from 53 yards out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Steelers add on to their lead. Back out is Boswell following the field goal. He'll send this one away. Kene Nwanwu now to return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Vikings offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They're in a 10-point hole. It's 13-3 as this drive starts with 1st down. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
On 2nd down, here's McCarthy. Looking for Jefferson deep downfield. will take this one in. 79 yards. Touchdown, Minnesota. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
On now for the extra point, here's Will Riker. It's up and good. The Vikings are back within a field goal. The lead is 3. Riker out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. Patterson now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Steelers offense ready to get back at it. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. He'll get this over the middle to Jefferson. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Give up the middle to Harris. And he's going to weave his way forward. That's a 1st down at the 44-yard line.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on 2nd down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the 1st down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
On 1st down, right back to Harris. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. Wilson. He's got his man, Jefferson. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Open man downfield is Freiermuth. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. They get 25 on that connection. That's a Steeler 1st down.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
On the give, it's Harris. Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
A tackling plan for the defense, Mike, is critical when you're facing a back like this. You know that one guy is not going to be enough to bring him down. You have to get as many hats to the ball as you can, slow him up just enough to buy time, and in this case, they get him down for a loss.
Gonna run out of the gun, and here's Harris. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up third down. Now Wilson. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. First down and goal. They'll run with Harris. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Najee Harris. Touchdown, Steelers. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
On for the extra point is Boswell. It's up and through. And the Steelers will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Chandler now to return it. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Vikings offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Get started with 1st and 10. Setting up to throw is McCarthy. To the left side here. Caught by Addison. First time they've looked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft.
Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. One of the Steelers has it.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay, so this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's McCarthy. He'll go right back to Jefferson. They connect again. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard, and sets up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
McCarthy gonna look to throw again. He's got his tight end, Hawkinson. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
Okay, so now you pick up that 1st down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the 2 needed needs to be fast, because you need every possession you can here late in the 4th quarter.
Up the middle, here's Jones. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the Steelers' 17-yard line.
2nd down and 8. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. That's caught by Jones out of the backfield.
A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 4.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. That one taken in. Trent Sherfield. Touchdown, Vikings. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Will Riker now on for the extra point. The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3. A field goal here in the 4th quarter. So they've cut into the lead, now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. It's a return, here comes Calvin Austin. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Steelers offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. Here's 1st and 10. Austin brought in motion. Right away, they'll try a jet sweep. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
A gain of 4 is now 7 and 6. The 32-yard line.
On the handoff, it's Harris. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. He's got his man. It's Pickens. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down. A run with Harris. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. And now at 152, the defense will pull the plug there as they take a timeout. Another run here with Harris. Harris, 1st down, he's not done. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to an E. Got to get this to the 25. Here's 3rd down. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So this one, a win for the visiting Steelers. They knew this would be a dogfight away from home, and they were right, but they come away with a hard-fought victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.